King of the Table 7 was a successful event for Devon. After decimating Dave Chaffey with a score of 6-0 and after beating him in every position possible, Devon gave his opinion, his commentary about Dave's current shape, the hot topic of the moment, and he also talked about his potential upcoming super matches. We will discuss these topics one by one, so if you end up liking the video, then please consider subscribing and giving it a thumbs up. So Devon said about Dave, and I quote, "I really believe that Dave is a bit hurt at the moment. I felt Dave struggling. It's time for Dave to focus on his health a little bit. Everyone kept on saying that Dave is on the decline. He's not the same anymore." And I will say that if there was one person who had to lose something with these statements, or who had to gain something if he denied these statements, that would be Devon, because these statements can kind of undermine Devon's victory over Dave. Because when he beat him in 2019, everyone was like, it was because of the rules, it was because of the table, it was because of the king's move. Now he beats him fair and square, he dominates him. Now the thing is that Dave isn't what he used to be. So Devon himself saying that should mean something. And Dave is something who will take any matches that are offered to him. And you can clearly see that he doesn't even move his neck. Whenever he has to turn sideways, he's simply like a robot. And I can relate to these injuries because I broke my neck, 3 bones in my neck, and it is kind of painful. And you feel like you have power in your upper body, below your neck bent. But then when you try in the gym, on the table, it doesn't feel like before. So maybe Dave is struggling with the same things. He didn't injure or break his neck. It is kind of a nerve issue, but I hope he figures out something. He was asked about the stem cell treatment and he said that it is not worth it for him because the possibilities of having a successful treatment is only about 50% and it is really costly. So he's not thinking about that. Kind of similar what John Brzezinski had to say about the same treatment. So let's get to Devon. Devon said that he has 3 or 4 matches in his mind in the future, and in one video he talked about Gennady, Denis, Jerry, and surprisingly Alexei Vovoda. We'll get to Vovoda in a minute. So Gennady, that match is fixed for East versus West 9. Denis Saplenkov, looks like that match will not happen this year, maybe in the future. Jerry, this is another match that Devon wants really bad, and I'm not sure if there is a huge demand within the fans to see this match, maybe in North America, but maybe not internationally. Devon wants to have this match. And then the big match, Alexei Vovoda. Devon said once again, and I quote, "I don't want to forfeit the 115 kg title." Vovoda, that's the 115 kilo guy right there. I'm not sure why Devon is trying to push this match. First of all, we need to see how Vovoda does against John Brzezinski. If John is even able to stop him for a moment, if it is even close for the first few rounds, then a match against Devon wouldn't make sense. I think even if Vovoda dominates John, the match against Vovoda still wouldn't make any sense in my opinion. Because I'm getting a hint or idea or belief that Devon may be living in the past. When he called out Vovoda after beating Michael Todd at Armwrestling in 2011, he said, "Vovoda, I want you." I don't think, or maybe it was before. It was not against Michael. Whatever, you guys can figure it out. That's not the current time now. That was in the past. At that time, that match could have made sense, but right now, Devon is way too dominant. If you believe that you can beat your opponent, but the fans believe otherwise, then that match makes sense. For example, Devon versus Dave. Devon knew that he's going to beat Dave, but the fans kept on saying that Devon is going to get dominated by Dave if the refs were fair, if the elbow pads were fair, if the rules were followed. So there was some kind of discrepancy, or I would say argument between the two sides. If the fans believe that you can win a super match, but you don't believe it yourself, then also a match makes sense. But Devon knows that he can beat Vovoda, and the fans know that he will beat Vovoda. I'm not sure how and why this match would make any sense at 115 kilos, because Devon at 115 and Devon at 125, almost the same guy, because he bulks up to that weight the next day anyways. Kidragali Ongarbayev, Devon said that he's the best arm wrestler right now, and there has to be a catch weight. Maybe he comes up a little bit and I go down a little bit. I think Devon will be dominant against Kidragali as well. So in some other video on Aussie Arm Wrestlers channel, Devon said that there are 4 opponents. One is thick, one is lean, and one is even leaner. And then he talked about one has a big beard, the other one has no beard, and super clean, and even more cleaner. So these are the descriptions of his opponents. Somebody said in the comments, Gennady, thick and big beard. Dennis, lean and no beard. Hermes, lean and clean. Morozov, even cleaner, even leaner. So are these the 4 opponents that Devon is talking about? Maybe. The thick one has to be Gennady or even Jerry. Jerry is also really thick. Then Dennis, lean and no beard. I think Dennis has a small beard. Hermes Gasparini. Vitaly Lalatin could have been the even leaner option. So I think Devon has Vitaly on his mind as well. And that is a match that we would love to see. Devon versus Vitaly. I will go as far as saying that Devon was scared of Vitaly, and he would admit it. If there is one arm wrestler that Devon was scared of, that would have been Vitaly Lalatin. Maybe not even Levan, because of that style thing that Devon feared at that moment. Right now, Devon may be the favorite in that match. So what are your thoughts about this? Should Devon have a match in the heavyweight, 115 kg, or should he keep arm wrestling in the super heavyweights? Is Vovoda match making sense to you, or should he arm wrestle Dennis first? The important guys like Artyom Morozov, Denis Saplenkov, and Hermes Gasparini. Big match. Hermes wanted that match for almost 2 years. I'm not sure what Devon is going to get by arm wrestling the 105 kg and 115 kg guys. So I think these are the matches that Devon should be taking. Thanks for watching. Like the video and subscribe.